What's going on, gamers? So we got some crazy news again. Just when we thought, see what I mean? What are you doing, you bastards? You see what I mean? Yeah, this is what I have to do here. Samsung raises DDR contract price by over 100%. You already know what's going on, now. All right. Don't you know what you're doing? Don't you know what you're doing? You see what I mean? And they don't. They don't know what they're doing to the consumers, man, and they don't care. They just. Did I tell you they were the cartel now of that section? 100%, not 10%, not 20%. Guys, you see what we're seeing now, man? Full-blown anti-consumer across the entire industry. Remember I say it's a whole industry problem. It's happening behind the scenes. When these people trying to grip that Nintendo at the beginning of the year, I'm like, hold up, man. No. Trust me. Wait till you see the full picture at the end of the year. Now look at what's going on. This is terrible. And this is not something I wanted to be right about. I would have liked to be proven wrong. You see what I mean? Yeah, that would have been a good thing. Please prove me wrong in that spectrum. But, you know, AGN has to be the video game prophet for you. Samsung has reportedly increased the contract price of DDR5 memory by over 100%. And this affects everything because Nintendo uses DDR5. Obviously, PlayStation uses it. Steam Machine's going to be using it. I mean, everything is getting screwed again, man. And we know that Crucial was stepping down. Yeah, they were stepping down. So what are they doing? Like I said, oh, I'm your dealer. So I'm jacking the price up 100% because I know how huge the demand is now. This is insane. What the hell, man? 2026 is, no, man, man, we have a potential to have an insane, amazing year. And what are they going to do? They're going to crap on it with their greed. See, man, Seven Deadly Sins are the worst. Greed, I mean, I'm telling you, it's the worst right now. It's beating pride. Claiming no stock available. Yeah, and they're doing this. The Korean giant has pushed the DDR5 DRAM contract price near $20. That's different than what you think. This means that this is bad for the consumer. OEMs are likely to pass this price hike on to consumers in 2026. Yeah, third party as well. You see what I mean? No stock. And 100% price. Contract now going up to 20. You remember how much you really need, though. So, yeah, this is bad news for us. I have to tell you, man. You know, here's my thing, guys. Like, I really like I told you before in some of my videos, organic competition and organic growth. What I mean by that, without this type of ridiculous stuff coming into the industry and interrupting the natural flow that you knew, like, okay, the price is dropping down after 2 years or 3 years. It's been 4 years now, 5 years. We're going to get another price drop. And then now we're seeing how things are naturally flowing and things are how they're naturally, you know, going and growing. You know what I mean? Like, you would think of the PlayStation 5 and the Series X being right now at $399. That would organically make sense based off of just the way things worked organically back then. You know what I mean? That's a normal thing. People are like, yeah, dude, that makes sense. You know what I mean? You would never think of RAM, which is always the cheapest thing in the world, now being at a level that does not make any sense. And like I tell you, I do not believe this just being something that's just happening because they're suffering. No, this is more scumbag manipulation on top of them doing that because, yeah, the demand is insane. And you got a bunch of people that obviously do not have the brain cells to realize that this AI chase is a bubble and it's going to pop and burst in their face. And when it does, we're going to get a massive win. But then let's see how they try to throw that on the consumer then, because of the mistakes that they made. Remember, guys, you are making this mistake. When it doesn't work, you need to suffer for this, not the consumer. You need to apologize to the consumer and you need to give them a deal. Mr. Sun is talking to you. I don't understand why all of you are chasing AI so much this early. Even Bill Gates, as we know how vile he is and evil, has said that it's 100 years too early. Even he said that. I don't know if you guys know about that article. Bill Gates. I can pull up for you real quick. Bill Gates said AI is 100 years too early. Can't replace something like this. I know what I read. Bill Gates, AI humans won't be needed for most things. Something Bill Gates did not say AI is 100 years too early to replace. Rather, he specifically stated that the profession of programmer will remain a human job for at least a century. Something like that. Due to the need for creativity, deep problem solving, and human judgment. I sometimes just think miswords things. I noticed what he said. He said something like that. He believes that AI, while being a powerful tool, it cannot fully replicate the human ingenuity required for complex coding tasks. He also lists biologists and energy experts as jobs that will remain essential due to their need for deep human insight and real-world decision-making. He's basically saying, like I said, a century too early. And he's talking about all these things that you're not going to be able to replace. Of course not. It may be able to do certain tasks, but you're not going to replace it for certain things. Like imagine somebody trying to do plumbing and all that. Do you really want the AI to try to do that? Building a whole building for you? Like, no, dude. But what he's talking about is the tedious stuff. Like, what it will replace. Obviously, we know that. Like, I don't know if you guys see that thing with China where they already have them up moving boxes and moving stuff and having a battery replacement to keep it going. You want to know why they're trying to do this, guys? It's because they would have to answer less human calls. They would have to not pay them, not have to worry about their health, and they could just replace their battery, do it 24 hours a day with no pay. Like imagine walking into a place now where all the AI is interviewing you. It's already annoying when you call them on the phone. Like, man, dude, I want to talk to a human. I want to sit here and go through the stupid automated program over and over again. It's really annoying. I'm trying to get right to the heart of things. And with the AI, it just does this loophole and it's based off of whatever somebody puts into it. It's limited to the individual. You see what I mean? It's not that smart as you think it is because it's not smart. It's not intelligent. It's exactly what you do to it. So living intelligence, having a soul, it's never going to have that because it's artificial. We need organic growth. There's a balance to creation. And an AI isn't it. Okay, so you have to do this the correct way. So he says, while Gates acknowledges AI will be transformative and potentially displace many jobs, his comment about a 100 years time frame was specifically about the unique, high-level skills of programming, not all human work in general. Bill Gates, AI can replace his job even 100 years. You see? It will not replace programmers for 100 years. And then he was saying some things about Microsoft's AI aspect too. So we're not gonna get too much in that, but it's an idea of he's even saying 100 years too early for some of this stuff. And here we are in electronics and AI feed, and he's saying it's 100 years too early. Regardless of what people want to say, right? This is about electronic prices and people doing AI data centers and AI feed in the programming linguistics in that binary coded world, in that matrix. So, I mean, just in general, you should never think you're going to be replacing humans because what that means is inevitably the danger of termination. Of saying, oh, I don't need you, so I'm going to wipe you out. We'll just have an elite society with them working for us and making a bunch of money. And they'll never attack their master. Maybe. This isn't anything new. This depends how much of your memory's been wiped out. But, let's continue down here. Gigi says, no more Half-Life 3 for me. And he puts the RAM things inside of Freeman. That's actually pretty funny. Just checked, my RAM kit is now the most expensive component in my PC. When the hell did you ever think that was going to happen, guys? But yeah, I mean, Steam Machine is now screwed on its release date. It's going to have to get delayed. I mean, when you think about trying to manufacture things, you're like, Valve's like, well, even if I want to manufacture a few million, you guys are going to charge me this much? I'm going to have to charge the consumer this much. You're interfering with my organic plans. On top of the Half-Life 3 launch. And how long have we waited for this? This stuff is getting in the way of everything that is great in the gaming industry, great in the electronic industry. I mean, it just sucks. Magnus is screwed. And if you thought it was 2026, do you really think that's going to be the case? Remember that 30% profit margin they say they want to take no matter what? Dude, this thing will be $2,000 some dollars. No, man. PlayStation 6, I'm telling you, not to 2028, guys. Switch 2. Nintendo uses DDR5. This is the stuff that annoys me, man. They're going to have to do a lot more bundles here because I don't really see how there's any way around this. You might see more $80 games, you might see more accessories go up, and you may see a $25 to $50 increase. This is going to interfere with the organic algorithm of the Switch 2 Lite and the Switch 2 OLED coming in the future, unless Nintendo delays that out, which I think they're going to have to, because you don't want to deal with that. And PlayStation 5, PS5 Pro, Sony may have to reduce that 2 terabyte storage down even more like they did with the base PlayStation 5. This is affecting everything. And this may affect the prices of video games. I'm telling you, I think that we're going to see a lot more $80 games for people to make up on top of this going on. Maybe subscriptions may go up too for certain things. I just don't like any of this. Prepare for 8 GB flagship smartphones. Yeah, I heard that they're going to be reducing phones back down to 4 GB. This is insane just because of this. Imagine what they're going to be doing with laptops, how stingy they're going to be getting with laptops now. You're going to be seeing more 16 gigabytes now. You maybe start seeing 8 gigabytes. What the hell is that going to do for video game programming? How is this going to work? Now developers are going to have to really learn how to tweak, which I think that's the only thing that's going to be positive by the time this bubble falls. They're going to be more talented in optimizing. This Unreal Engine 5 stuff is not going to be going anymore. It all has to go bye-bye. And you have to really optimize this and really think about what you're doing now. You need to actually develop. You need to actually optimize. The positive thing when this bubble bursts is that they're going to be doing that. Because this whole time you're getting screwed on that too. AI was never really benefiting you. It was making everything worse in a lot of ways. Google knows what they're doing with AI, at least. YouTube in a certain sense. Though a lot of people don't like that intrusive, invasive stuff. But I have to say, though, I think Gemini is definitely going to blow past. If we just want to talk about what's going to happen, regardless of what you like, Gemini is for sure going to blow past Copilot, and Copilot is going to get, I don't know, man. It's going to need some open source or something. Elon's going to be fine. The video's going to be fine. But everything that everybody else is chasing, you're going to need to calm down. Apple, obviously, we know Apple's going to do what they're going to do, but they're kind of doing things in a more different way, where I think they're not being as dumb. This guy says, bruh, this is not even funny. Will they do it for servers too worldwide? I mean, Nutella says that he even has GPUs sitting around and there's not enough electricity to power what he wants to power. Think about all that. It's all nuts. And none of this is good. I mean, I'm not a fan. No, I do not really need to meditate on this. Seriously. Love India. Now I need to go watch Sadhguru, man. What y'all doing, man? Dude. Alright. Time to run my PC to optimism. Watch closely for increased advertising for game streaming soon. They want you to own nothing and pay a subscription for every form of media forever. I mean, can you think about this too? Getting so priced out? Are you ready to rent this? Because it's too expensive? Oh, you can rent stuff. Think about that. I'm telling you, it's not just, there's also some manipulation here. I know what I feel intuitively, and I always listen to my gut feeling. I always listen to my intuition as well. So, you know, right now is the time, guys, to get what you want for these next few years of the dark age that I made in my last video. It's a little bit of a dark age coming where it's not going to be very long for gaming, but it's going to be a little bubble that we're going to have to pass through from 2026 to maybe 2027. And who knows if it extends to 2028, but make sure you are prepared for this. That's why I make these videos, so you guys can be aware, so that we can all understand what the hell is going on here. And why this 100% price increase after realizing that crucial step down, you see the monopoly here and the manipulation. It's bad. And they have to be working with Western society to do this, I promise you. Because you got to know who protects them and who they're in bed with, and how this all circles around to one big elite rich group behind the scenes that are not benefiting the consumer, but manipulating them, messing with their emotions, and trying all these methods that you need to say no to, and you need to rebel and stand up against. You want to complain about something? These are things you need to start fighting against, because this matters, and this is affecting you and everybody else. And the brands and things that you cared about, that you got comfortable and knew when things were right, and that you should know the price for. Like, RAM should not be this expensive. This is insane. I don't think so. Everybody knows that not everybody's going to be successful in the AI data feed. You see what I mean? Like, just think about it. Do you really believe everybody's going to perform some miracle after even what Bill Gates was saying, and even what we've been saying for the longest? Like, everybody knows that not everybody's going to succeed in this. But yet you're making the consumer suffer massively because of this. And it just doesn't make any sense. This guy says, buy a PC now if you're thinking of building one. If it turns into a chip shortage 2.0, it's going to be an awful 1 to 2 years before supply catches up with demand. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty much my coverage on this. Steam Machine is going to get delayed. Xbox Magnus, I don't know if they're going to continue with it. I don't know. Xbox Handheld, forget about that right now. Steam Deck 2, if you're thinking about that, forget about it. But Switch 2 is going to suffer because of this. PlayStation is going to suffer because of this. And the ongoing Xbox is going to suffer because of this. And Microsoft did make at least a smart move to move over to Vietnam because they don't have a choice. I mean, what else are you going to do? They already had 2 price hikes, but that's going to go up again. And think about it. What are the only options to play GTA 6? They have to make a Switch 2 version so that people would have some type of cheap entry. Rockstar, you kind of have to, because you're left with PS5 Pro, PS5, and they're both going to go up. And then you got the Series and the Series S, which is now going to be maybe in the future, 2026, the price of a damn Series X and PlayStation 5. Something that was $300 is now going to be $500. Man, guys, I'm telling you, what the hell, man. And the Steam machine could be $800-900 damn dollars for the 512 and $1,000 for the 2 terabyte. Knowing the prices of the SSDs, and now that's getting monopolized, and we saw what was happening with that. Oh man, this all sucks. I'm sorry, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Later. Insane.